I'm just getting on here to like semi-vent slash talk about, what I'm saying, talk about this whole subscription plan thing. It was kind of like my fear that companies would go 100% subscription. I get it from a business standpoint with my education and business admin and marketing and business operations. I get it. You want to have a continuous stream of revenue. They probably had some major ebbs and flows in their revenue. Um, and corporate was like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? People that mainly understand money. They don't understand the actual I guess so to speak, the actual industry. And I can't really say that I know that they don't understand the industry because I'm not sure. You know, I can only assume that these are people that design these plugins but don't actually use them. Or they brand these plugins but don't actually use the product. So they don't know. So I guess, you know, initially you'd see that this is a bad thing. For me, it's a terrible thing. I can't afford another subscription between Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus and Paramount Plus and all these other subscriptions, my light bill, my cable bill, my internet bill, my car note, my rent, um, the DAWs that I use, the instruments that I might use, the software, the stuff that you might subscribe to, other plugins companies. Um, it's a lot, and looking at it, $25 for Plugin Alliance if you choose that one per month. The new Waves, $25 a month. That's $50 out of your income. Internet bill, light bill, that's, we're going to give that a good $400 on average, I'll say. Um, Now you're sitting at 450. Um, the DAW you use, let's say I use Studio One, so let's go for Studio One. That's $15 a month. That's 350 plus 15. That's 365 a month. That's 365 a month. And these might be for individuals. It's not friendly for individuals who want to do this as a hobby because they might not be making income off of their hobby. So how do you justify 300 to $400 a month on a hobby that, yeah, I mean, I guess some people can if they have that kind of job, but I highly doubt that $400 a month is just to keep things going. It makes any sense, right? Now, what I do believe the subscription model might appeal to are people that actually make revenue. Excuse my sister, she's playing Call of Duty. Might make revenue from their audio business. So people like me who might make $400 in a month from studio sessions, and that's the bare minimum of work, $400 a studio, for a month. I can justify having that as an expense because I'm making it back. But most people don't make it back like that. Now, if you are a person that's going to make that $400 back, that's just the bare minimum for the month. And then you got to keep that going per month. You know what I'm saying? And in the audio industry, there are ebbs and flows, especially with hip hop. These guys don't have real budgets when they're trying to come up. They're pulling YouTube beats off the internet, off of YouTube, type beats off of YouTube. They don't have the budget to pay the producer $250 to $1,000 for a lease or exclusive rights. They don't have the budget to pay an engineer, $350 for a mix. They don't have the budget to go to the studio every time they're inspired. So even more so going down to recording at home. Now they gotta figure out how they can afford their own equipment for the home studio. That's a good, $200, $300 for something okay to use. Then they gotta figure out, all right, I want to use Pro Tools. Let's say they get Pro Tools Intro. That's $9 a month. That's not too bad. Okay. But I want plugins. I want Auto Tune. Let me get Auto Tune. All right. Auto Tune is what, $25 a month, $30 a month for their bundle. And you can't just like get one plugin. You can't just get Auto Tune that you want. You got to get the subscription. And this is just saying that we go 100% subscription on at every company. And so now you got to hope that Antares has all the plugins that you might need in their bundle. And this leads me to my next point. I think what I'm seeing here is a competitive move in the industry of plugins and in the industry of the art. And I say that in this fashion. Let's say Plugin Alliance has all the plugins you need. You use that one subscription. You pay your $25 a month, and that's all you get. And maybe your DAW and all your other expenses like outside of plugins. That would make sense. But you gotta be sure that Plugin Alliance has all the types of plugins that you might need. See, before the subscription model, people would cherry pick the best plugins that they could find from companies and have their own collection, the ones that they like. So let's say the Purple Audio 77 plugin that Plugin Alliance has, right? Let's say I'm a guy that really doesn't like that particular 76 style compression emulation. I want to get maybe I like the CLA 76 better. Now I have to subscribe in order to get the CLA 76 now. And let's say I don't have any plugins from before, I have to subscribe to two companies and pay $30 to $45 a month just to have one plugin that I liked. The shit is wild to me. So I don't know. And I think that's what I see. That's what I see right now. It's like it's more for competing in the industry of software development. You better have, the companies are aiming to have, and as a customer, I'm saying you better have everything I need, from pitch correction. You better have compressors. You better have EQs. You better have saturators. You better have modulators. You better have reverbs. You better have, the special creative effects. You better have all types of shit. And I think Plugin Alliance, which is like my favorite company in general, Plugin Alliance, they have all of that. And for those people that are hating on my crispy tuner, y'all can go eat a sock, because crispy tuner 9 times out of 10 sounds better to my artist than Auto-Tune Pro has. No offense to Auto-Tune Pro, but and Antares, but it's strange. It's just been strange occurrence lately where crispy tuner or even Waves tuner has been the one picked over AutoTune Pro X. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But the point I'm trying to make is I really think that this is a competition for the industry, and it leaves the customer out of it. Now we don't have a choice. And I get it from their business standpoint, but as a customer, this shit is ass. I'm tired of having recurring, excuse me for digging in my mouth. I'm tired of having recurring bills. I want to be able to get the plug-in that I want and get and that's it. I pay the money for the plug-in when I have the money, and then move on with my life. So it's kind of a strange thing going on. I get the plug-in subscription model, but which is why I kind of see and this. Oh yeah, another point. Sound wide. So Plugin Alliance. Who else? Isotope and Native Instruments, and I think maybe one other one. They're all under SoundWide now. So I think in the future, like it's looking real. Like after seeing what Waves has done in the future, it's looking like SoundWide, aka Plugin Alliance, Isotope, Native Instruments, they will go 100%, but it'll be SoundWide, and you will have access to all of those under the SoundWide subscription model. That's kind of where I see now that Waves has gone 100% subscription. I think that's why we're getting what we're doing here. We're getting, we see Native Instruments has their own sub plan. Isotope just started their sub plan not too long ago. Dirk and the gang at Plugin Alliance, they've been running their models for the sub plan, but I can see the writing on the wall. 100% sub plan, but like I said, as a customer, I'm demanding that if I'm gonna sub to something and have all access, it better be everything I need. It better be everything I need. But at the same time, where does the competition come from? How are companies gonna finally start pushing against each other, against the grain, for another company to make a better plugin? That's where I kind of like, it's like, man, they're trying to it feels like a monopoly. They're monopolizing it, but in a sense where you have to, like, if you're on a tight budget and you can only afford one subscription, which one would you pick? Which one would you pick? Now, that sucks to me because sometimes that CLA 76 be hitting. Other times, the Purple Audio 77 one hits. And then other times, goddamn, the Antares vocal compressor definitely smacks. So how do I balance wanting to experience and use these different tools without paying a subscription? Yeah, you can cancel your subscription at any time, but what if I have to pull up the session later? What if I have to pull up my session later? Should I have committed that? Should I have rendered that down when I was done with it, with the session, when I got the mix approved? That's a I get it. One, we should be able to commit those decisions. Bottom line, that's one thing. Two, the counterpoint is, what if I don't want to commit? What if I learn something new and want to come back to it, and I don't want to be stuck with what I had before? Maybe there's something new I want to try, but I had to print it. I had to commit. I had to bounce it. That sucks, man. That kind of sucks. Now I got 3 subscriptions to 3 different companies paying $75 a month just to have access to all their plugins, plus the subscription to my DAW, plus the subscription to the internet, or yeah, it's basically a subscription, plus the internet bill, and all of my other expenses. Now I'm trying to justify all these costs And if I'm not like a semi-pro or professional making revenue or making some money off of my work, or I'm making my own music and I'm getting enough streams to make money off this music, which is hard to do, it's not, you can't justify it. It's just an expensive hobby. And then my last point, maybe they're not trying to cater to the hobbyist anymore. If you're gonna if you've got the revenue or the income to subscribe to these plugin companies, maybe you have a way to pay it back, whether it be you have a job. Exactly. And then we haven't even gotten into Atmos. We haven't even gotten into Atmos, man. We haven't even talked about Atmos. That even, see, you just opened up my mind to like even more of a dilemma. Some plugin companies don't even like, they don't have plugins that even support Atmos yet. I'm not sure if Plugin Alliance has a Atmos thing going on. I know of only, I don't even know if Waves might, Waves has a couple. But do I have to subscribe to them to get those couple of Atmos compatible plugins with the multiple outputs? It's crazy. Wow, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. So now I got to be like, dang, in order to continue to be competitive, I got to figure out who's got Atmos, who's got all the types of plugins I need, tuning, compression stuff, all that, reverbs, and Atmos, and quite possibly, there was one other new thing coming out. I can't remember, some like AI thing, stuff like that. Now, now I got to decide whose subscription model has, or whose plan has the better choices. Even if I love one company's product, now just to be competitive, I have to subscribe to another. That's crazy to me. It's kind of like my dilemma with Studio One and Pro Tools. I love Studio One, but to be competitive, I have to have Pro Tools. So, yeah, man, it's wild, man. Just some things to think about. I'm not gonna hold you guys up too much longer. I just wanted to throw my thoughts out there on the state of what's going on, what I kind of see coming in the future, what I think might be going on in their heads. I'm not sure. My dog is going crazy. Hey, Rosie, please. Shush, man. Hush. Anyway. Let's see. Wait, I'm seeing some comments. Yeah, exactly. You won't, yeah. Yeah, man, I agree with all your points. It's so many ways to look at it. It's crazy. But yeah, again, I'm not going to hold up your time. My dogs are going crazy because someone's outside. And I appreciate y'all for, listening to me ramble. But that's kind of like how I feel about it. I'm kind of disappointed, kind of hopeful, kind of confused, kind of sad. But we'll see how it all turns out.